Hello everyone, welcome back to this video. My name is Kafeh Sheikh, a medical student, and this channel is all about giving other people hope through better communication in the field of medicine. So as you can see, I'm still in my place at Johannesburg in South Africa, and I just want to share with you my experience about my last week, because it's already been a whole week now. To be quite honest, it should be about 9 days now. 9 days. It's been quite a ride. It's been quite a journey. I experienced so many things, many new things, and so much different things that I could really. It's about time to share this. So take your time, see that through, and find out what I got from this experience, what I found out, and how I grow with that. Where were my struggles, and what could I learn from this experience? One of the biggest things that I had the chance to do, or to assist more likely, is assisting in an operation for a patient who got shot in his stomach. Through the CT is something, a big machine where you put your patient in to scan his whole body, and we found out that he got a bullet in his intestinals. And we thought that man is gonna be bleeding as hell. We thought that it's very necessary to make an emergency operation really quick. One of the doctors who was doing this operation was so kind to take me with him, so he was happy to assist. And once we got there and the patient was ready through anesthesia, we opened up his whole stomach, like in half. Not to be exactly straight up in half, but just like in half. Put everything aside, and we're looking for a bullet. And we were seeing the point where the bullet went through from the skin, and was looking in every corner, every state, in every place. After a time, we found the bullet stuck just in front of their intestinals, like it was caught by the fat around it, like omentomyos it's called. There were no bleeding, no leaking, nothing really emergency like. So he got lucky, we got lucky, we didn't have so much work to do, and this patient was really lucky and good to go. What I really like or really appreciate about this opportunity and stay here at Barra is suturing. I want to do surgery after my studies, so suturing is something that I really master and really gonna be good at it. This opportunity gave me so many occasions and so many opportunities to do so. So I got patients to get suturing on their lips, on their faces, on the back of the head, on the back, because there was one patient who got stabbed in the back and he needed suturing, and it was my first time to suture someone in the back, and it was quite deep, to be honest, but I got a very good doctor here who conducted me through this, and it was really nice to have, and it really made me much more calmer to do. So suturing is something that I do here very often, and what I really appreciate about here. What I do here too, helping in very not big procedures, but in very important procedures like ICD. ICD stands for intercostal drain, and it's necessary once a patient got stabbed or shot, got a blunt trauma on his thorax, on his chest, and the lungs after that just start to collapse. And once they collapse, they need something to get much bigger again. The treatment is a whole tube in their lungs or in their cavity. I was happy to assist some of the doctors to do so. I saw them by myself now. Not really know, but I'm very familiar with the steps now. And the same goes for central lines, like in the groin or in the subclavian part, like under the clavicular here. And I got now an objective for myself for this week, that I'm gonna make some of those procedures by myself, not all alone, but with the contact of the colleagues who did it already zillion times and know it by heart. So that's my objective for this week. I hope I'm gonna make it. So let's stay tuned for the next videos to see if I got it or not. because it really depends on myself actually, and of course about the patient who comes in, if they really need them or not. We're not gonna put a tube in the chest from a patient who doesn't need it. I got the chance to get to know a very, very kind and open, really welcoming team here, and I'm really appreciate about how they trying to get us into their system and give us the chance to do many of those important procedures and to grow, and got so many experience as we could. What you see here too is many kids who got burned. Why they got burned is very different. Some of those children are playing around with fireworks or fire itself and it's just starting to explode, and many other occasions, or getting burned by hot water that just got over their body. So it's really different. But after all, they really got hard burnings and they lose much of their skins, and it's really sad to see. But after a time, as I can see in the faces of the other doctors, is something that is really often here, and you get used to it. Like, you know how to get through this, and after the time you get desensitized and just really want to help those kids and are not starting to freak out to see some of those incidents. I got my first IV lines in like after 4 or 5 days, so it was really a struggle. It really bothered me that I couldn't get any IV line in, because back at home, back in Germany, I could do it very precisely, very, very, very well. I was a half pro in that, and was someone who the doctors could rely on to do so. But once I got here, they also use a whole different system, and once I got here, I couldn't get anything in, and it really bothered me. I really struggled with that. But after 4 and 5 days of practicing, doing, and just trying to get some IVs in, I got my first one in about 2 days ago, and after that the stone kept rolling and I never missed again. So I'm really, really glad that I could overcome that and be better in that, and hopefully never struggle with that again. I got also a chance to staple. Like, there was a young guy who got hit by the back of his head and who had 1 or 2 centimeter long laceration, and I got the task to staple that patient. It was really quite easy and really fast, so it's nothing that really bothered me, but it was really nice to do so, got the recognition or the trust of those doctors to do so. So what I also saw today was a patient who got shot through his ear or his whole head, back of his head, like through. So it was really, really hard to see, to look at, but he wasn't really stable. That means his blood pressure was shut down. It was really going to the south, and his heart rate was going through the ceiling. So it was a shock situation for this patient, and it didn't went better after the time. This patient was already intubated and everything on and on. So after a certain time, that patient died. It was really sad to see and really tragic, but after a time, if you see that over and over again here, you get also the same with the children I talked about. You get desensitized and just want to make the task at hand done, and make it so painless for the patient as possible. And the doctors really struggled, really did what they could, but at the end it's not us to decide who survived and who not. So it was really sad to see, really tragic, but it's something that I really wanted also to experience here, because those incidences, you see them so much here, and to deal with those situations and to overcome them is something that the doctors here really, really do well, and that's what I want to learn too. So it's really sad and tragic, but it's something that I really want to experience, how to get through this and how to overcome this, and most importantly, how to make it so painless and easy for the patient as possible. And the last important thing that I really realized are night shifts. The day shifts, we are way many students here. We are already some international students, but we are, with the local South African students, a whole army. We are so much people for one unit. It's really hard to get a really good task at hand to do so, and you really need to share your task, share your opportunities, see who got the opportunity already and gave it maybe to the ones who still didn't get it. It was therefore I really don't like the day shift because of that. The day shift also has its pros, like the teachings that the consultings and even the chief of department are giving to the registrars, interns, and even to the students. And that's something that I really appreciate, because you get in communication with the consultants who have so much experience in those cases, and you could really learn from that. But besides of that, regarding that, there are also not so much patients then at the night shifts. It's not the favorite shift time that I really like. It's much more the night shift, because you are most likely the only student. So the nights that I experienced, I was always one of the rare students who was there, and you are really part of the team. You really got tasks at hand to do, and there were much more patients. You were really a part of the team who really need to get his job done, to help the whole team and the doctors in their work, and with that you learn how to cope and how to work in those really struggling environment, and with pressure and time that is flying by, and get your patients through. And that's something that I really appreciate, because as young as I am, I really want to get work that I really grow by, and really become better, and really become someone who really can, who is who is really resilient, who can work with pressure and get his job done. And that's something that I really learn here. And if I'm helping the doctors out in their work, I really expect, or not really expect, I hope that I got the chances to do the procedures that I took as my objectives, like ICDs and central lines. So that's the whole week, what I experienced in those almost 9 days now. It's been a ride, it's been a journey, and many things that I'm not really used to, and many new things that I learned about, and new environment, new people that everybody I really like. And all in all, it's been just 9 days, a week, more than a week, but I really enjoy my stay here, and I really recommend it to every one of you who is watching. So just keep in mind and try to really apply for medical elective here at Bara, especially the trauma unit, because that's the only one that I can really talk about. But really take this chance and try it out here. So, but it's not gonna be my last video about this. Just stay tuned, and let's see if I get my objectives done or not. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.